Taking care of your heart health is important each and every day, but it can be easy to overindulge during the holidays. And this morning, our daytime cardiologist, Dr. Shoba, is here with some expert advice on staying heart healthy for the holidays. Good morning, Dr. Shoba.
Good morning.
Good to see you again. Let's talk about this because, like I said, it is important to take care of your heart every day, but you got to take a little more attention to details during the holidays.
That's correct. You want to celebrate and be happy without you or your loved ones winding up in the emergency room during the holidays. So I have this sort of five-prong approach, just for our general day-to-day good and especially around the holidays. First big one is, of course, food.
Right.
Drinks.
Right.
And caffeine. Our second one is our exercise, our weather in relation to our belly girth. Third is our sleep, rest, and relaxation. Fourth is our medication, medical checkups, and supplements. And fifth, not the least, is our emotional peace, staying safe while being together, and gratitude. And so while all of these are so important in our day-to-day lives, it is more important during the holidays. And you can make simple things like shopping and dancing count towards your body health.
Instead of taking that elevator if you're in a store or, an escalator, take those stairs. Or if you got to walk to the back of the store for something, you take the long way around. Walk a little bit.
Walk a little bit and shop healthy.
Right.
Don't shop for things that you cannot resist when you come home.
Right.
Don't make things like French fries and mashed potatoes with gravy count as your vegetable for the day. You want to keep a small plate, not a big plate, when you eat. Half the portion should be vegetables and fruit with all your natural antioxidants. And if you want to put a little happy into your happy hour, be careful, because that extra drink might just cause you to go into something called holiday heart syndrome. And even young people that do not have any heart history can have that. They just have sudden onset of palpitations. They've gotten into a little dark chocolate, they've gotten into a little extra alcohol, 1 glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine. They've eaten a lot of fried, heavy foods, and then they wind up in the emergency room with a condition called atrial fibrillation, and that is not uncommon. And so that is called holiday heart syndrome. So you can avoid that. Just be a little careful with the happy in your happy hour. And importantly, stay hydrated. Because, caffeine is bad, alcohol is bad, they're all dehydrating. Coffee, tea, they can add excess caffeine and contribute to palpitations.
And I have found too that staying hydrated during the wintertime is sometimes harder than it is during the summer, because we think about staying hydrated when we're sweating a lot or we're working and everything, but when it's cooler we don't drink as much water, and you really need to for not only your heart but your entire health, your skin, everything.
Oh yes, yes, and absolutely. And people are not very active these days, and then all of a sudden it's very cold outside, they want to get the home ready for their parties or whatever, and they're out there in the cold doing things they should not. They can precipitate their asthma, so they eat a lot of food, so their blood sugars go up. And oftentimes people will not take their medication because, I did not take my fluid pill because I would have to run to the bathroom in the middle of the party. And then you're eating all this salt, and you have congestive heart failure, and you wind up in the emergency room. So you have to be careful when you exercise and how you exercise, and put a little dance into your step. It's
the holidays. Celebrate a little bit that way as well.
Right. And when you're around people, be careful, because still we are in these COVID times, and you want to stay safe. Distancing, the mask, the hand washing, things like that. Just be careful. Just be careful around the holidays.
And we got just a few seconds left, but I really got to make this point: stress during the holidays.
Oh yes.
Try to de-stress as much as possible.
Absolutely. De-stress is the key. Avoid depression. Absolutely right.
All right, Dr. Shoba, thank you so much. Great information. I enjoyed that. If you need more information, check out heart.org. We'll be back with more Daytime coming up.